Hi there, everybody. I have got some enchiladas to make today. So this is just going to be odds and ends, basically. It really is. Let me just tell you everything that I have here and what I will and will not use. Okay, so I've got one Rotel diced tomatoes and green chili, and I've got one Kroger petite diced just peeled tomatoes. I've got what's left of, this is maybe a quarter of a block of cream cheese. I have some medium cheddar, just regular orange cheddar, and then I've got some sharp white cheddar. I've got 2 cans of mild green chili enchilada sauce. I've got mild white queso, a lime, some heavy whipping cream because it needs to be used up, some broth that was left over, and some fiesta style corn. This was 4 boneless skinless chicken breasts that I shredded, and just a little bit of a rotisserie chicken that was in the freezer that I shredded inside of that. So it's a good bit of meat here. It'll be very meaty enchiladas. I have sour cream, but not enough. I want sour cream for the topping, when it's served. So I'm gonna, instead of sour cream, use a little plain yogurt. It's not gonna taste like yogurt, it's just gonna give it that creaminess on the inside. It'll taste like chile. Okay, now about this. I saw this and I thought, my little heart skipped a beat, and I thought, well, and I've never had white queso, but I knew that I heard a lot of people have. And my thought was, ooh, that is going to be good in, enchiladas, cheesy chicken enchiladas. Well, I took a little taste off the back of a spoon, and the taste reminds me of that really runny, dippy sauce that you get on nachos at the movies. It's kind of a plasticky, Velveeta-y, sort of processed-y, to me, taste. This would be great on tortilla chips, and that's what I'm going to save it for. Because I think when I break this out during movie night, when Patient's here, she's going to have a fit. She's used to this, and she loves it. So that's what we're going to do with that queso. Lesson learned. Lots of people love it, and bless your heart. If it makes you happy, that's great. It didn't make me happy. So, finally, I got a lime here. I got some tomatoes and some lettuce. When I make enchiladas, I like to put down a bed of lettuce and tomato chopped and put the hot enchilada on top of the cold salad there, and then have bites of both. I just think it's good that way, and I don't even know why I do it that way. Does anybody else do it that way? I don't know. Did I say welcome to my channel if you're new? I meant to. Welcome if you're new. Welcome if you're not new. If you've gotten this far, I hope you'll consider booping the subscribe bell up in your upper right-hand corner, and then you'll know when I have another video, if you'd like. That would make me happy. I would like to get to know you. I love to chat, and you can see that in my videos in the comment sections. I'm mom to 5, all adults, and my husband is at work often. So this is what I do. Take care, and I'll show you the next thing next. Well, that was quick. Here's the next thing. I forgot to tell you, I'm using super soft taco size Mission tortilla shells. So I'm gonna spray with Pam this baking 9x13. I'm going to layer the sauce that I'm about to prepare on the bottom. Then I'm going to take the meat mixture with the cheese mixture, some of the cheese mixture, and I'm going to roll them in the tacos and line them up, and then put more sauce on top of that and more cheese on top of that. Okay, are you on board? Let's get busy. All right, I opened both cans of the tomatoes, just the plain ones and the Rotel, and I drained them some so that they won't be too saucy because I'm adding a lot of liquid to this. Then I opened 1 can of the green chili enchilada sauce, and I put about 2/3 of it down on the bottom. It's barely, enough to cover the whole thing, just a little, so that nothing's dry down there. I did not spray the pan. I should have. I may go ahead and spray the sides now. I forgot that part. So I'm going to get this part done. I'm starting my sauce now that's going to have the chicken in it, and I decided to go ahead and add a can of the diced green chilies, roasted and peeled, to this without draining it. All right, I put in the rest of that can of enchilada sauce. You saw that. And then I put in a little bit of cream cheese, but it felt like it wasn't enough. So I opened another block and put about 2/3 of that in there, maybe half, I don't know. And then I put in the tomatoes and the rotel, and I am getting ready to add some whipping cream. Maybe I'll wait on the whipping cream. I don't want it to curdle, and I don't know what'll go on here. I need to shred this cheese, the white sharp and the medium cheddar. I have the fire on really low. The Fiesta style corn is in. Now you can see little tiny bits of peppers in there, but not very much in this Kroger brand. So it's a good thing I added that extra can of chilies. It'll help. Little bit of, oh, focus. I guess that's as good as I'm going to get. Ground cumin now. I'm not going to add any salt until I taste everything. Some onion powder. We like onion. I just dumped all that chicken in there. Now I'm going to mix this together and see if it looks real dry. What more do I need to add to this, if it is? All right, everything is melted into the chicken, and the chicken is warming. It's not completely warm enough, and there go the dogs. He opened the front door to get a package that was delivered, and they decided they needed to alert. So I'm just going to add less than 1/4 cup of this chicken broth and mix it in. It's the same chicken broth I cooked the chicken in. All right, so I added a little bit of the cheddar, regular medium cheddar, and here's the white sharp. Not a lot, not those whole blocks, but just, I'm slinging white cheese everywhere. The dogs are below my feet going, yes, she's such a klutz. Okay, I'll mix this in. All right, I put a glog of cayenne pepper, because it's not as spicy as I thought it might be. I was really worried it was going to be too spicy. And a glug of whipping cream, not whipped cream. So I'm going to stir that in. This is all hot through. I'm just going to let it sit and rest a little while I start stacking up the plate, the serving platter thing to put them onto. I ended up not using this. I don't think I used this, no. But, just because it's fine like it is. So I just had a little bit of the cheddar, and this is what's left of what I didn't put in the actual, meat and everything. I have plenty of white. So I found another open Land of Lakes, and it's actually still good, which surprises me. So I'm going to grate this up and put it in here. This little cheese grater is just such a joy. It washes through the dishwasher. It stores in a small space. It has several of these in different measurements, I don't even know where I got it. Maybe my mother, maybe St. Vincent de Paul, but I love it. Had it for a long time. I just have started using it a lot lately. We had a little snafu here, and it's my fault. I should check both the lids and the jars before I use them. It's like the 5 things you look for if you are giving drugs. Legally giving drugs. 5 rights, it's the right patient, the right dish. Is it the right route? Is it sprinkled on, or is it, mixed in water? Is it at the right time in this dish, or is it the right time for the patient? Is it the right actual medication or spice? Well, my cayenne pepper had a cumin lid. My cumin had a cayenne lid. So when I was putting in cayenne earlier, I was dumping in cumin. I'm sorry. See, I'm still doing it. I was dumping in paprika. Oh, mercy. How did this happen? All these lids were botched up. And Sometimes I wonder if these kids aren't trying to drive me crazy, but it was probably my fault. I'm going to take ownership for this. I didn't do it right, so it's got a lot of cumin and it's got a lot of paprika. In the end, I finally did put some cayenne in there. This poor patient's going to sue. Okay, that's a tight fit of 8. And what's weird is I've never noticed this before. These two were significantly smaller than the others in here. I thought they were supposed to be like, you know, made by machinery, but maybe somebody's actually making these by hand. Okay, so because I had just a little bit left and I didn't want to waste it and I couldn't freeze it in because that chicken had been frozen. So I just put it on top. And now I'm going to put a little bit more of the green sauce and cheese. So when it comes out of the oven, it'll be all bubbly cheesy. I had half a can of the enchilada sauce, so I put it in a Ziploc baggie and I'll stick this in the freezer for another time. All right, thought that I was filming again. I got a cookie sheet, lined it with parchment in case this bubbles over. It's pretty full and it's pretty juicy. It might bubble over. Got a sheet of non-stick foil. I'm going to also cover the top. And in the last 15 minutes, I'll uncover it to get the cheese nice and brown. My oven was at 375 and I just took it down to 350. I think I'm going to go for about, well, at least 30 minutes, maybe 45. I'll see how it looks. Timer, 30 minutes. Okay. Okay, the foil is off, and now I'm going to let it brown for just a few minutes. All right, I'm going to take it out in about 5 minutes and take a thumbnail photo so you can see what it looks like then.